8 p.m. As you know the drill, guys. Everybody here is exactly the same. We're all one big family, and we communicate and connect with everybody. And I'm not going to let you down today with the most amazing guest. And I know I call all of my guests amazing, but every one of them has a very particular energy, focus, and empowerment about them. They've been through some kind of a challenge in their life. And that's what this show's about, right? So myself, we're here. We're going to be sharing really beautifully. I'm going to talk to you a little about that, but I want people to get involved. You know I'm here every single Tuesday between 7 and 8 p.m. Please do connect up with us via WhatsApp, and if you're watching through Facebook Live and YouTube Live, please enjoy, because today I would like you to get involved, if you would like, via the Facebook Live posts, which we'll see in a moment when the team puts it online, or text directly on 077 45 278 978, and as always 106.2 FM. Today, Tuesday, as always, we're in our empowerment hour. I am truly so gratified to have such a lovely person in front of me today, and I'm going to introduce her name. Her name is Roshni Ladva. She is, well, let's give you a little bit of a synopsis on her background. The reality is, how does a British-born young girl who travels over to Africa, in specifically the Zambia country, grows up there until she's about 12, comes back to the UK, qualifies as a barrister, works for a period of time in the legal profession, then decides to shift into Cisco technical architecture, and now I'm talking about serious technology and tech-orientated individual, decides to get married some 20 years ago, and then guess what? On her wedding day, team, she realizes her passion for hair, makeup, beautification, exuberance, actually relaying the inner soul on somebody's face to make them feel the best they possibly can be on their special day. On her wedding, she did her own makeup and her own hair, and since then, 20 years ago, delivered a training school that has educated thousands on the planet, has a team of over 20 plus individuals who physically go out and fully trained within hair and makeup and beauty. They go out and they do wedding trainings and education through the whole school of Roshni hair and makeup and beauty. This is truly an amazement. I can't stop now. I'm gonna be quiet for a minute and actually introduce her and bring her straight in for herself. Welcome, Roshni.
Thank you.
Oh God, you're so humble. You know, relax. We're all here in one big family. Breathe. Yeah, we've got all of that. And do you know what? It's been so hard to get Roshni to even turn around and share her experiences and her journey, her sheer ability, and more importantly, her sheer compassion and her focus for creating change and love and bringing beautification to other people's worlds as well. And then didn't talk about herself in the same sentence. It's really hard. But I'm afraid, Rosh, I've got you today. It's on you today, I'm afraid. Yeah. So, I'm just going to bring that a little bit closer to yourself. So, what a great journey, you know, from a complete technical background all the way through to another kind of technical background, but in a heart-centric way. Is that right?
I would guess so. I mean, for everyone who knows me now,
yeah,
will probably not believe that I was technically apt, because now it's social media and pressing buttons and all kinds of magic happens, and it's a very different type of technology I was trained and working.
Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'd rather go back to that than do with all this Snapchat and Twitter and Facebook and Instagram. I mean, it is very, very time consuming, but it's the way we're moving forward.
Yeah, the gratification's there, right? But then again, you still also have basically Cisco architecture. That's not something small to talk about. You know, I know so many individuals who are in the same sort of sphere as yourself. That means that your brain sees things systematically. And to be able to translate what I call is a system, a process, and a step-by-step strategy for somebody's visual looks and their health themselves, about how they feel about themselves, into something that's heart-centric and really creating change in this world. I'm not sure if the audience who's listening tonight, the team, I call them the inspired team, our followers, right? There's a serious skill there, Rosh.
I'd like to think there is. It's a soft skill and a hard skill. So when I decided to do hair and makeup as part of my journey, it was inspired by the fact that during my wedding preparation, I was looking for a makeup artist. And there were not many, like everybody is a makeup artist now. It was not so easy then.
In those days.
It wasn't. So the few that I went to see, I just didn't gel with them. And I'm not difficult. It's just I'm very particular, and I need to know that they are an expert in their field.
And they understand you.
Yeah, and I really wanted them to transcend that energy so that I felt comfortable. But it didn't happen. So in the end, I sort of popped into a Bobbi Brown counter and I said, I just need some makeup. And I will take a bit of that. I mean, eyelashes, gosh, there was none of that. It was literally just the basic.
But isn't that something wonderful? I'm sorry to interrupt you there, but isn't that something wonderful? You're saying the basic, but you know, when you're trained in the original skill of understanding that you can, you know, without putting all the falsifications in the system, that it puts you head and tails above somebody else, right?
I knew what I wanted. I wasn't awkward about it. I'm self-taught. So everything I know is by watching and learning and making my own mistakes and improvising. So they talk about makeup, the orange concealer, the color corrector. They didn't have that 20 years ago. That word wasn't used. So I actually used to use orange lipstick.
Wow.
All those years ago, because it did what I wanted it to do, but I couldn't explain why I was doing it. And contouring, which is a huge thing now.
Now, yeah.
But I didn't have a contouring kit per se in those years. So I would use brown eyeshadow or a very dark brown face powder. And that was my contouring. And now when it's evolved and there is a contouring kit or an orange color corrector, I'm thinking,
I wish.
I did that already. Where was it when I needed it?
But hasn't that added to your personality?
Yeah.
And added to your skill? Because it's a real hardened skill, isn't it?
Well, I do have brides asking me, what is your kit consist of? And I think they are obsessed with good products means the better makeup. And actually my way of thinking is it's not about the products, it's about what you do with them and how you can make them work. So my palette will consist of absolutely everything. I would go from retail products to high-end professional products, and they make no difference to my end result if I don't know what I'm doing with them.
Do you know what? I'm going to have to add something there. That's true artistry. It's what people dream of, actually understanding every single element. Now, on this Empower Hour, we always talk about the empowerment and the struggles and the stuff that we've gone through, but everybody isn't born successful. You have to work really hard at that.
Very hard.
And you've already done that. You can look at the smile. If you're watching us on Facebook Live, etc., you can see that, yes, that was a real sigh. Yes, it is hard work. Yeah, phew. But I'm going to stop. I don't like listening to my own voice on these sort of events, so I'm going to talk a bit more about yourself. But can you just go back a second? We've got two halves, as everybody knows. The drill, when we come onto the Inspired, the Inspired Tribe knows that the Empower Hour has two halves. In the first half, we talk just about yourself. So is it possible for us to just rewind back? Because I know a little dicky bird told me that you had an inspiration at such a young age, before your age of 12, in Zambia.
So born in the UK, sorry, bred in Africa. We used to go to school at super early hours. 7 a.m. I was at school.
Wow.
With my brother and my sister. And I think my dad used to pick us up around 1 o'clock.
Oh.
And then obviously the siesta hour. Because there's no TV, there was nothing to do. And it was obviously too hot to play outside.
Wow.
So mum would put my brother and my sister to sleep. Just an afternoon kip. And then she's very spiritual. So she would take that time out to just pray or just sit and just enjoy her time.
Gratification.
And when she was doing that, obviously being the eldest, I wanted to spend time with my mom, and it meant I had something to do. And I loved working with hair because the people that were around our home, the neighbors, our housemaids, they all used to plait hair. So I would watch what they would do to each other, and then I would try and replicate it on my mom.
Wow.
So for years I've been doing hair, not just plaits, but all kinds of hairstyles. And so hair comes to me very easily. I can look at something and pretty much be able to replicate it.
Yeah.
But makeup was not something, I mean...
That came later.
It wasn't even available. But if someone showed me a picture or I would take an inspiration from a movie or a magazine, I know what I want to do and I know how to achieve it. I don't know how to explain how, but I just do.
Well, this is true artistry, isn't it? It's about understanding and actually seeing the outcomes of all the feelings.
Don't get me wrong, I have had some, hiccups.
Well, look at my face. Look, are you supposed to? If you're looking at my face here on Facebook Live, you can see clearly that. Look at the mess you made of me. Anyhow, no, I do apologise. Not at all. Not even the slightest. It was a complete joke. So, a question to yourself: if I just go back, I mean, you said that you were creating hairstyles and stuff with Mum and the plaits and stuff, but I can't believe that you'd have the utensils that you have today. So wasn't your palette quite restricted? Please,
I had a datio.
Uh-huh.
I had a comb.
A comb.
My mum had a comb.
That's it.
One with the small bits at one end and then the thicker combs on the other.
We've all grown up with them.
Yeah, that was my comb. Not even a hairbrush. She had some U pins and some bobby pins and a hairband. And you just kept on repeating and repeating. My mum's not fancy at all. She's really simple. And she also had a ring comb.
Okay, yeah. Is that the type that closes in on themselves,
that closes
right?
and locks in. And
for
that's
the jura.
Pretty much like that.
For the hair bun.
Yeah, but for the hair. And she would say to me, this is right, this is not right. And then after I got married, my mother-in-law is very particular about her hair. So she has a very particular way of styling it. And that's when I learnt the other side, which was the fancier hairstyles.
Got it.
So I had the structure there already. Then I had my mother-in-law who was like, I want a puff and I need this and I need that. And I would just observe and it just happened.
Well done.
So,
well done. Do you know what? I'm not joking, seriously. Most people think and appreciate, because I'm sharing from a brother's understanding that, ironically, my sister is also into hair makeup and design as well.
Oh,
and she's into hair artistry as well. But I've grown up understanding all these elements, even though it sounds as though if you look at my face,
so you know what I'm talking about.
Yes. The concealers, I understand. No, don't. Of course I do. The reality is that, please, team, don't knock me on this one now, but yes, I do. The reality is that I'm just understanding that there's, when out of adversity, out of a bit of tension and the ability to do something, but not having the correct tools, comes this inner wisdom, this inner drive. Is that correct? Yeah. And that just pushes you forward. So, we always say this on the Empower Hour. It's always about that understanding that what doesn't hurt me, only you embrace it and makes you...
Yeah, 100%.
Makes you stronger. That's it, right? So...
Sometimes I'm working and the environments that I could be in are not glamorous. People will see the end result and it does look amazing. But to get to that end result where you've got the finished product, so be it a bride, a model, a client, where they look immaculate and polished, to get them to that stage, there is a lot that goes on behind the scenes. So it's not necessarily sitting in a fancy green room with Hollywood lights and a beautiful mirror and like your makeup kit set out. Right. Sometimes a power cable could be somewhere else. You've got a tiny little window which barely gives you light. Yeah. You're using the light from your phone, so thank God for new technology. You adapt. And so even when I'm teaching in my school,
you have to deal with it.
We say to the students and who are now acclaimed artists in their own rights, because it's not about me just sort of educating them and saying, well, this is the only way to do it, because it's not. There are so many ways of doing it. You've got to find the right way. Simply even down to brushes, when we talk about makeup brushes, because a brush that works for me to allow me to achieve the result that I want it to may not necessarily be the correct brush, but I like it because it works. I don't want to be hung up on, my results were not great because I used the wrong brush. I mean, obviously, you're not going to use a blusher brush to do your eyebrows because that could cause problems.
As you can see, yeah.
That's where we went wrong. No. But obviously, it's from, it's
adaptability.
Adaptability and utilizing what makes common sense.
I love it.
And because when you're working in a highly pressured environment, you get there at unsociable hours, you're tired, they're cranky, they've got the pressure of things happening during their day, and you're sort of hung up on my processes, this needs to be done, and you stop thinking, then you can't be practical. And sometimes you need practicality over just having the skill set.
I love it. So you're basically saying something along the lines of, if I can remember from my understanding of this, is that it's about being present and about being adaptable. But then on top of that, you don't want to be in a what we call it, a hand tied behind your back mindset, where, oh my God, I can't do that because of X, and I'm stuck.
I've lost my, this doesn't work or that doesn't work. I mean, I've been in I'll speak from a bridal perspective, where we've got an amazing bridal suite, no light. The light in there is yellow because it's all mood lighting and it's wonderful. But when she gets out there, she's going to look a different color. So I'll say to her, can we go outside in the corridor? Because I've seen a huge window there. Just going to do your foundation out there for a quick second and bring you back in.
How amazing is that? I'm sure that the listeners are inspired by that, because it's not about being the correctness of things, it's about getting the end result. And that's where your power comes in, right?
You have to. And she trusts you. She trusts you with her face and her hair and her overall look. So you have to give her your all. Doesn't matter how you do it. And you've got to be practical about it. That's one of my biggest things. Be practical.
The one thing this is beautiful, because what I have really noticed in the little time frame that I've known you, because you're talking about the school, but we'll touch on that just in a second, is that you really are what we classify as heart-centered, and the customer always comes first. And I've noticed that your ability to bring the best out of the person who's even in the seat, for them to really truly enjoy the journey of being made up for their big day, whether it's a marriage, whether it's a mandap, whether it's the bridal wear of what you're thinking, matching their tonality color. But that's the technical side of things. But this is also matched with a real level of what we classify as real presence within spirit as well.
I'd like to think so. Look, I'm the eldest in my family and also on my in-laws. So it comes with a level of responsibility where everything goes right. I'd like to take some credit, but generally when everything goes wrong, it's my fault. So
I think a lot of us have got that problem. Yeah.
So the good with the bad. So during my wedding, obviously, it was the one day I just really wanted it to be about me. But I'm also one that I say it, that I want it to be about me. But when it is given to me, I'm like, I'm feeling a little bit awkward, like.
I'm going to press that button today because that's the truth. I mean, I'm not joking, team. Sorry to cut you in the middle of there, but I was asking, I mean, the humility that I've got in front of me is just amazing. We always make sure we've got beautiful, humble individuals from the inside as well as the out, and they are empowering, because that's the spirit we're looking for here on the Empower Hour with Salam Radio. If you've just tuned in, this is Roshni from Roshni Hair and Makeup Studio, and she's just changed the industry, in my opinion. It is about you.
Hope so.
It is about you, Roshni, and it is about creating the beauty within other people as well. But the reality is that when just before this show, I was speaking about you, saying this can talk about you, she tried every which way to weasel out with telling you how and what she's done. It's taken me an hour to get this information out of her before this, and just to talk about herself. Well, bless you for that. God bless you for that. This is an amazing journey for ourselves. Just to bring you in the conversation around the school, because that's kind of how we kind of met, because there was two of my other sisters, which is one which is called Amgola from Abstract PR, and also another sister who's called Anisha, and both of them kind of collaborated with yourselves, and they were the two hosts for the day as well. It was the La Visage event, wasn't it? And yes, in case you're thinking, I was a judge there.
Thank you.
Now, was I valuable at all?
Amazing.
And did it help?
Having you there, it broke the dynamics of it being overly focused around just the beauty, because with the beauty, the hair and the makeup, there has to be a business element.
I love it.
And if you don't have that, it's not about having the branding only or, on social media. The business element also stems from the fact on how you conduct yourself with your clientele. That is a business element. How you present yourself, how your kit looks, how your hair looks when you go in as well. Because the moment you walk in, that customer either likes you or dislikes you.
Much the same as your own wedding.
Exactly. And you brought that to the table, because you broke the dynamics of it being too overly focused on it being beauty, and it was amazing. So thank you humbly, because it was just such an honor to have you there.
Mine too, you know. But today it's about you. See, did you hear that, audience? Again, she's taken it away from herself and popped it straight back onto me. But it's not about Sukhi today. So just to understand, air it out to everybody else as well. La Visage, please talk about this concept, what happened and what it was, because I saw a serious diversity in your students, because you have a school, and we're going to touch a little bit more about this a bit later in the second half. If you're listening, it'll be after 7:30. But just while we're talking about this, let's just talk a little bit about how it happened.
So I felt that I've done a lot of catwalks, and that's where this idea stemmed from. So every time we were invited to be part of the catwalk for hair and makeup, the focus was always on the designer. So nothing would start without hair and makeup. I mean, even the light bulbs wouldn't switch on. And if your hair and makeup are not there, the whole thing would be chaos. So we were a pivotal part of that day.
Of somebody's day, but you're not valued.
We were not. And I honestly, kudos to everybody who has supported us. That is not the message that I want to get out there. But it was more a case of hair and makeup. We need hair and makeup. And then hair and makeup get there. And you're kind of like, the dog's body. You're working. And then it was ta-ta, bye-bye. That kind of thing. We're
see you later.
Sort of like, hello.
And here is the designer.
Yes.
And
I love the fact that we were able to create these beautiful canvases for the designer to showcase their work. But for me, I thought, hold on a second. This is just, what about celebrating the artist's work and her skill and what she's capable of doing? Designer, she's not going to walk out without clothes. She's going to have a beautiful outfit or a garment or whatever. Let's talk about her. Let's talk about her artwork, what she wants to do. And that's how La Visage was born. So the face, it was created by a group of people. So there's myself, Maggie.
And Maggie's also one of your business partners as well, right?
She sure is.
But we'll talk about her in the second half, yes.
Q and Aj and Latoya. So this is the little trio of, there's 5 of us, but the trio is in 3 different businesses, came together, and La Visage was born. And we've been doing it 2 years in the running.
Wow.
And we had a gap for a year because we just got really busy. And to organize an event, I mean, for those who...
Truly.
It takes a long time. And so obviously there's going to be one in 2019, and we would obviously want yourself there.
I'll be humble.
As a judge.
Thank you.
So it's a competition for makeup artists and hair artists to come together. And it's a competition, but it's friendly and it's wonderful. And the amount of help that each other were giving and the support. And,
loved it.
Whoever won. Whoever didn't win. But everyone was a winner. Honestly, you could feel the vibe in the room. And it was electric. And there were people asking when the next one's going to happen. So for me, hard work and everything. And God, kudos to my team and everybody who put in the hard work. But we'll look out for the next one. Let's see. It might be slightly different. Let's see.
Yeah, let's look for the evolution. That's not. But before I go into that, did you hear her? How tactical young lady was this? She went straight in and said, "We will have you there. We'd love to have you there." Now, I've on air already admitted, yes, okay, of course I'd be humbled.
Signed on the dotted line.
Got me signed off there, haven't you? Well done to you. So yes, I would be humbled actually, to be honest, because it was such a beautiful journey. It was something very different for myself. So what I saw, if I can share just with the audience here, I saw individuals from. We can call it from the Caucasian background, which are white individuals. It was proper integration at its best. It was everybody was there for the same thing. It was like that unity, that love of creating something together.
We had Afro-Caribbeans.
That's right.
All kinds of South Asian community, and it is diverse. And you know what? I have worked with so many different cultural diversity. There
were hijab-wearing individuals. There were individuals who
wouldn't
necessarily, through culture, show their own hair, but they were working on other people's hair, which I thought was beautiful.
It's about them. And this is the main thing that I truly believe, that the designers came on board, thank you to them. Jewelry and accessories came on board as well. But it was not about that. It was about the canvas that they created and the amalgamation of these 3 elements into that look. And we had unicorns and mermaids and, oh gosh, I can't even think. I mean, we had butterflies and leaves and ethereals. And
I remember the one with the leaves as well.
It was incredible. And you know, I've actually attended a few others that were done by other companies, and it was equally as exciting to be part of. I mean, I've never competed in any of them. I think I probably will.
Yes. And now this is beautiful because the actual event, La Visage, was mid last year, sorry. And, you know, it was a great time to be a part of it. But if you've just tuned in, we are going to be back at, it sounds amazing. How fast does time go, Roshni? I did say that to yourself. And we haven't even started on your current journey right now. So if we are going to be back at exactly 7:30, so we've still got another 30 seconds. If you've just tuned in, please get involved. Do give us a call on Salam Radio on 07745 278 978 on WhatsApp. Communicate, ask questions. And we actually have Real Excellence in front of us, where if you are looking to move into this industry, this is what actually the whole purpose behind the Empower Hour is about showing you world orders here in little old Peterborough and everybody around the world, so you can see and communicate with them. So I'd love to see you again. This is your host Sukhi Wahiwala and the Empower Hour. See you soon.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.
1 in every 10 people live without access to safe, clean water. Let's give them a better choice than drinking either dirty water or no water at all. Together, we can turn this desperate situation around by delivering safe water solutions to the world's poorest people. Call 0161 225 0225 or visit humanappeal.org.uk.
Where can you get high quality and low prices? Amar Food Store and Halal Meat in Lincoln Road, Triangle is the place to go. Pay us a visit and take advantage of our special offers and great range of products on groceries, vegetables, fruits and halal meat. Also send money to Pakistan absolutely free. We have all top brands at special offers, offer free customer parking and provide a free local delivery service. Amar Food Store and Halal Meat, 613B Lincoln Road, Peterborough. Call us on 01733 687 374. High in quality, low in prices.
Peterborough just got a whole lot tastier. Five Lads Flame Grilled Peri Peri Chicken is now open. Bring your family and friends to Peterborough's first HMC meat selling restaurant. We are experts in grilled chicken, lamb chops and gourmet lamb and beef burgers. Our healthy options include fresh salads and fresh grilled vegetables. Fresh, clean and healthy grilled food with 4 different flavours. Lemon and herb, medium, hot and extra hot. 5-star hygiene rating. Eat in, order and collect or order for delivery on Deliveroo. Follow 5 Lads Peterborough on Facebook and Instagram 5 Lads. 15 Cowgate, Peterborough, PE1 1LZ. Call 01733 56 22 87. Open 7 days a week, 12 to 11 p.m.
Al Murad Tiles. With over 70 stores nationwide, we are now open in Peterborough. Up to 50% discount offers now on. Largest selection of tiles. Full bathroom suites from only £189. Paint, LED lighting, laminate flooring from only £7.99. Over 1,000 designs of wallpaper in stock. We have everything you need. Come and visit us at 193 Fengate, Peterborough, PE1 5BH, or call us on 01733 34 58 47. Al Murad Tiles, now open.
الحديث الخامس عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال: قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم: قال الله تبارك وتعالى: أنا أغنى الشركاء عن الشرك، من عمل عملا أشرك فيه غيري تركته وشركه. رواه مسلم وكذلك ابن ماجه.
Hadith 5. On the authority of Abu Huraira, may Allah be pleased with him, who said that the Messenger of Allah, may the blessings and peace of Allah be upon him, said, Allah, glorified and exalted be He, said, I am so self-sufficient that I am in no need of having an associate. Thus he who does an action for someone else's sake as well as mine will have that action renounced by me to him whom he associated with me. It was related by Muslim, also
Broadcasting 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. This is Salam Radio.
Good evening and welcome back to Salam Radio once again with your host this evening on the Empower Hour show, Sukhi Wahiwala, every Tuesday between 7 and 8 o'clock. Wow. Do you know, today we have somebody who's making Facebook Live go ballistic at the minute, and I'll mention a few names in a moment, but we have Roshni, who's from, well, Roshni, all the way from Roshni Hair and Beauty Studios. She has changed the face of how it's working. We are now changed. She's been helping thousands on the planet. She's come from a background, if you've just not heard, please listen to earlier, the other first half as well. And we come from a background of being Cisco trained all the way through to where we are today, where we're using the same skill base and delivering it in an environment of hair and beauty. So to build an empire of individuals, trainers and trainees. Welcome back, Rosh.
Thank you.
Oh, before we start, I'm not joking. Seriously, it's gone a bit ballistic on Facebook Live. If you don't mind, I'm going to mention a few names. Yeah, talk about being pop.
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, so here we've got a couple of people here. So I'm just going to roll back up, and we have, and I'm sure you can say a quick shout out to them. We have Neha. There we are.
Oh,
Neha.
yes.
Yeah, we've got Neha there. So it's hi, Neha. Thank you very much. It says over here, go Rosh, amazing woman. There we are.
I love
and then
her.
we have also Deepika.
Yay.
That's right. So Deepika, there we are. It says, go Roshni, amazing as always again. And then we have Paramjeet, and we also
Love
have go Rosh. That's it again. Wow, what a surprise! What an amazing following. And are you humbled by this? What a lot of
I love my
warmth and love.
girls. I love them.
And now you can see they love you too,
Yeah.
right? And we also have another person. We have Raki. Yeah, we have Raki over here. It says, Team Roshni Ladva. There we are. You go, woman. There's a lot of woman love here. You know, go, woman. Sister love, right? And we've got Neha coming in again. And we've got lots of funny glimpses.
We've got Sans.
We've got Sans. We've
Yeah,
got Denise.
Dinia. Yeah.
Dinia, that's right. You can see them
And my
better than
little
me.
Baba Suze.
Oh, how you doing? Say hi to them. You can see
Hello,
them on the video
girls.
there. So if they can see you on there, you can see yourself coming up. And we've got Suze. Then we've got Faisal Mahmood. So welcome, Faisal. So he's saying a brilliant show. Thank you very much. We've got what's it say? Sorry, Raki. Again. Love hearts everywhere. And Bob Wahiwala, my absolute #1 fan who always supports me, is my elder brother, would you please? And he's always tuning in. Thank you very much for that, Bob Wahiwala. We have Suze again. We have Raki. We have Suze again.
Bobby.
Talk about gone ballistic. This is just wonderful to see. I think we're views are all over the place. We're seeing loads and loads of views at the moment. So thank you very much for everybody supporting Roshni and Roshni Studios as well and her vision. So is there any other names we've missed there? Oh my goodness, we've got more.
Yeah, we've got Kavita. Thank you, my
Kavita,
darling.
we've got Bhavisha. Is that right?
Yeah.
And then we have
Jasmine.
Jasmine, and I'm just going to mention everybody because it's all about the fun of one big family here on the Inspired Tribes
I
conversation.
think I need glasses. Can we just get that in there?
We've got Faisal again. It says, good show, Sukhi. Thank you very much, Faisal, brother. And Faisal's one of the actual senior members of the Salam Radio team as
wonderful.
well. So for him to tune in and say it's a good show, thanks a lot. If you can just about see my face, I can see yours now. So we have Roshni in the house, everybody, and I hope everybody is so excited to understand that how a person can actually do a switch within their career and being at the top of your game as well, being a barrister, being a Cisco trained architect. And when I'm talking about a technical architect or a tech architect about the whole infrastructure, that's a very complex systems. So and we've gone through the whole process of actually understanding, being truly inspired by your mum when you were at a younger age and working with your hand-eye coordination at such a beautiful young age. And then realizing on her wedding day, everybody here, that she has this gift and has this inner passion to ignite others by beautifying their world. And now we just realize, we've spoken to Qasim a moment ago, his sister's working in London, in Birmingham, I do apologize, and how they're all connected. And this community is truly embracing everybody on this show, and I would like to thank everybody from behalf of myself, Sukhi Wahiwala. So back to Roshni, because you can sit there listening about everybody else for the rest of your days without talking about yourself. Shall we talk a little bit about your team? I mean, you have a beautiful team. Now, I've had the good fortune of meeting Maggie, and she's your business partner as well. Please help me understand, the journey. You've also been supported by your husband as well, and tremendously by your children as well. So just a little bit about yourself, because I know you're a personal young lady, but it helps our tribe just to get connected to you and just understand how it is. Because at the end of this, trust me, they'll go mental. They'll want to get hold of you, want to help you, and want help from you, etc. And a bit of directive with God blessing. So please.
Look, when we started the brand, it was just me. And everybody wanted to work with Roshni. And I understand that. Like, I totally understand that. We've worked so hard at making the brand what it is today. Some ridiculous hours, grafting like you won't believe, taking on projects, paid projects, unpaid, many unpaid projects. And it's good. It's great because at the end of the day, our work can only be demonstrated if we have models or subjects. So I can tell you, I have done everything that I need to do. And today where we are would not be possible without a bunch of people, because I cannot be everywhere at the same time and do many things. So Maggie came on board about 8-9 years ago.
Wow.
And she's not going anywhere. If you even think about it, girl, it was just
that's a lockdown. If you don't want to know, if you know what that means. Yeah. Live on air, mate.
Before that, it was my little sister. Like, she is honestly a gem. When I speak about, I get really teary because she's just
mention her name though.
Deepika.
So it's Deepika here.
Yeah, she's
your number one fan by the sounds of it.
She's amazing. And
hi, Deepika.
I had my first logo designed by her. I mean, this girl is she's
truly
like
talented.
My photographer, design, you name it, she can do it. And she would be my go-to.
Wow.
Bills, I need this. I call her Billy. So can you do this? Can you do that? And it would get done. And she understood me without, and sometimes to grow a business, you need people close by.
It's actually one of the rules. Yes. It's
absolutely.
You need your confided team, don't you? The support.
Yeah.
So if anybody's listening out there, it's about getting that support system. Sorry, please carry on.
And growing the team meant, starting to sort of let go of the reins a little bit, starting to trust. I mean, I have OCD at the best of times. To then just sort of let go of my brand and to start trusting. We've had some highs and we've had some lows, but with time, I've evolved. I've grown up. It took ages. I finally got there, I think. But it was difficult because I'm so precious because I know what I've done to make the brand what it is. I know the doors that I've knocked on and they've closed them on me. And I kind of just thought, and it's those very doors that are now opening and they welcome me with their open arms and they say, come on.
Oh, how amazing is that?
And it's just such a nice feeling. And I'm still there and I want to continue to grow. More grey hair because it's always good for your health.
We don't call them grey hair. We call them
wisdom.
Not even white hair. We call them wise hair.
Wise hairs. I have lots of them.
My eldest daughter named my white hairs, if you can just see.
Wise.
They're wise hairs, Daddy G. That's what she said to me.
I have loads of them, so I cover them with red. And the team have helped to embrace the ethos because honestly, it's not a them and me. At all. And God forbid that would ever happen. It's we.
It's an us.
We graft. We work together. I clean brushes. I move my own bags. I don't need anyone to pick up my bags for me. I do. I mean, this weekend, I must point this out. There was an event. We were at the event. It was chaos. It was like a bomb had fallen in that one room.
Oh, no.
And it was amazing because we still survived. Bruises, bandages, cuts, you name it. And the artists packed my bags for me.
Oh, how lovely.
Yeah, but they don't do that because it's my bag. And everyone knows that no one touches my bag. But they did because they knew that it was impossible for me to get back in the room. And it's such a small thing. But I was so humbled that they did that. And it looked immaculate.
Oh, that's love. Because they also know you, right?
And I don't feel like the brand belongs to me now. It belongs to all of us. So one small hiccup from me affects everyone. So small hiccup from them affects everyone. So we all work together.
So does that mean, in specific, that you actually see everybody as a family? Which is very much so. Because actually I saw that at La Visage myself when we looked at it. And both my son and myself, we commented and said, there's such a lovely togetherness about everything. And I also know there was a hidden challenge on that day and everybody just came together. But we won't talk about that now because of the time schedule. But I'm just going to say I remember the fact that the whole team just pulled together and you just pulled out 30, 40 people from nowhere to come and help set the place up because it was something wrong with the actual contract discussion you had. But La Visage was an amazing evening. For me, I saw you find people who would be classified, they classify themselves as housewives and stuff of that sort of nature, which I have an absolute ultimate respect for, because my mum was as well. And I'm sure most of our mums are as well. And so what we did basically is it was the evolutionary understanding of unlocking their ability, which I saw open in front of me. And you had some really, really strong. We've had Mani Kohli, and she was there as well. She was one of the presidential sort of like candidates as well at the time. And she assisted with the design work and lent the clothes for the models, if I remember. And we also had Kira. She's also been on the shows as well, the Empower Hour show as well. And Kira was an amazing addition there as well. So these are all individuals that I met at that evening. So a lovely conversation to yourself. I mean, where is La Visage, or where are the next steps going? I mean, we touched it very lightly, but we're in the second half now. I want to talk a little bit about what you're up to today.
So La Visage is a project that's in the pipeline.
So La Visage, just so the audience, so they understand, so the tribe can understand, what exactly is La Visage? What was it? What was it? It's a cat show? Was it a show? What was it?
It's actually a makeup and hair competition. There's no frills about it. It is what it is. The face and it's your opportunity as an artist to create the look that you want. It could have been anything, because at the end of the day, when we are working artists in the field, we are a little bit limited to what we can do, because you can't go too crazy.
Because it's a bridal.
It's a bride, she's going to an event. I don't necessarily think, we've got to keep it.
Well, she doesn't particularly want a unicorn on a wedding.
I mean,
maybe
sometimes we try and bring them back in, but it's about creating. It's that canvas that allows us the opportunity and that freedom, where it's truly about what we want to create. The very first one that we did, we had zips, flowers, newspaper, hats made.
Total creative.
It was just so expression, and to see that, and like you touched upon very briefly, was a lot of these artists are cocooned in that they have a role that they fulfill daily. Some of them are, they're amazing. They work in some really high-end corporate jobs, and some of them are housewives. There's no differentiation. It is who they are, and that it is what it is.
That's okay, and that's their journey.
Absolutely fine. But their confidence levels. I have some who are they're so timid, and you almost just want to give them a big cuddle and say, it's going to be all right. It's fine.
Adding to their confidence.
Yes. And La Visage is that platform that allows these women to be them.
I love
They're not judged about anything. Yes, they are judged about their hair and makeup, but that's it.
Yes.
And then we celebrate their work, and we celebrate them and their journey and who they are. And that's, for me, the most special thing about La Visage. I love it. I love it, love it, love it.
I'll be honest with yourself, that was just brilliant, because when I saw it there, it's true, because you kind of cocooned and incubated them into their own excellence. That's what I heard, and that's what I saw.
I like that.
Yeah, incubating people into their excellence. You're welcome to it. Now, you see, I've got my own
just
back
quickly,
now. Yeah, you can write that down.
Use that.
If you remember online, we got it right. We got it. Okay, so you incubate them to their own excellence, and it helped them to expose their own inner beauty as well, through their expression. Now, the question here arises that that's all great, but I understand something very specific, that the last time, if I remember, these aren't just anybody off the street to make an application. These are actually your students, is that correct? Some of them?
The first one was for just our students. It was open to just our students. It was going to be a cute little event that we were doing to celebrate them. Okay? And it was about them, and they got a photo shoot at the end of it. They had some amazing gifts, collaboration with some charities, and it was brilliant. Okay.
Wow.
The second one, because of the success of the first one, opened out to a slightly wider audience.
Okay.
So there were still makeup artists or hair and makeup artists, but not necessarily organic from the Roshni.
Just your school.
Yeah,
just
not
from your
at all.
Roshni school, right?
But they are now part of the Roshni training.
So you've just
studio.
embraced them, even though they didn't come from your journey.
Not necessarily. So their journey has evolved from wherever it started. They're now part of the RHMA Glam Squad. They would have taken part in a training, a small
please
training
call that
course.
again. What were they called?
RHMA Glam Squad. Roshni Hair and Makeup Artist, short and sweet, and the Glam Squad.
Oh, wow. How lovely. So you've actually embraced everybody in the journey. So you must have heard, you've helped hundreds and thousands, if not thousands.
I'd like to think I have. I really do, because I didn't get that help. I mean, I am so fortunate today. Honestly, I can say I don't really like speaking about my family a lot. It's just who I am. But I do have a family, and they're at home, and I know they're watching, and they're really proud of me. And without them, it would not be possible.
Yes.
But in the same token, I understand the challenges, and whatever I know, good and bad, whatever networks I've opened up, whatever connections, I want to share them, because
Bless you.
there are enough clients out there for everyone, but it's how you work with them.
So this is amazing. So it is very rare that you talk about your family, but I'm also very aware that you've got quite a supportive husband as well, right? And he sort of spends a lot of his efforts and love to make sure that actually you achieve what you want to achieve in life as well, and your kids.
Well, if it wasn't for him being at home when I need him to be at home, I wouldn't be able to get up. And I mean, the kids are older now, so I can go on early morning bookings and not worry about the children.
Amazing.
But yeah, he's my technical go-to.
I love it. Well, do you know what? The reason for, so I apologise for interrupting a little. We've actually got a caller on the line, so I'm just going to see, and you might need to put the yeah. So we're going to pop the headphones on. So the caller's name, I'm not sure what it is. Okay. Oh, Susan's actually called in. So your own family. Well done. So here we are. So, okay, Susan, we're going to introduce you there. Susan, welcome to the Empower Hours show. How are you?
Hi, Sukhi. I'm good. How are you?
And here we are. So here's your time. And I assume you're going to be a supportive of Roshni. We've actually nailed her. She's spoken about herself. Are you proud?
Yeah, I am so proud of her.
Oh, well done. And you have a question for her. Please. You have a question for her, or would you like to share something with her?
Yeah, I just wanted to say that she inspires me and a lot of people that watch her, and I've worked with her and trained with her. So I wanted to ask her who was her inspiration growing up or in the industry, if there is anyone.
Susan, I love you, but really?
I love
you. It's a good question. You know, Han, honestly, up until now, I mean, I take inspiration from everybody, every single, even if it's my clients, the way they speak or they conduct themselves, all that kind of stuff, it really inspires me. I like to walk away from my bookings having taken something positive.
Wow.
But if I have to be really honest, I tell you what, and I'm not just saying this, Susan, this girl, what she has done for me it's immense. And I'm not just saying that, Susie Boo, you know that's a fact, because this girl she's never been anything but honest.
Mm-hmm. She
says it to me how it is. If there's a booking that we're working on or an event, she just says it exactly how it is. Yeah. And so Susan, thank you.
Oh, that's so lovely, isn't it, Susan? Hey?
She's gone.
Oh.
No, she's there. I can hear the tears coming up there. So, well done to you. So you being her inspiration, and what's wonderful here is I can see a tear in her eye as well. So, is there anything else you'd like to share with her live on air?
Just wanted to say that whatever she does it amazingly, and thank you for always supporting RHMA Glam Squad. And everyone that you meet, you always meet them with a smile and open arms. Everyone feels so comforting to speak to you and share their feelings. Just want to say I love you so much.
Love you too.
Oh, thank you very much, Susan, for coming live on air. And it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on there. And I'm sure let's give Roshni a couple of seconds to compose herself. But well done to you. Thank you very much, Susan, for being on live on air. So just to share, this is the change that we make in the world. We get ourselves in a situation where we can either turn around and be when our back's against the wall and we don't want to do a particular thing, or we can get out of our way and actually really create change in the world of others. And I really am inspired by this, and thank you very much for just being you.
Thank you. Do people cry on your show?
Well, do you know what? It's very rare that we get somebody actually calls in who actually genuinely understands and has spent time with the actual interviewer, the interviewee, the guest, and actually has had day-to-day contact with them, and has been so open enough, so heart-touched to be able to turn around and be a part of your live journey today. So it doesn't happen too often, to be honest. So well done to you. So I'm just going to take us a little bit journeying forward into this, into the concept of what's going on right now. Because I know, and once again, I can't believe how quick time disappears. Yeah, you have already created a successful school. So I implore anybody who's listening today who wants to actually touch base, search for Roshni. How can they get hold of you via social media handles and stuff?
So we're on website,
Yep. So
www.roshnihairandmakeupartist.com.
So www.
Roshni.
That's
Hair.
Roshni.
Hair.
Hair and makeup.
HAIR.
Yeah.
And makeupartist.com.
Hairandmakeupartist.com. Yeah.
The links to both our social media, Facebook and Instagram, are on the website. But for those who don't have access to that, it's Roshni Hair and Makeup Artist.
And that's on Instagram. So it's
on Instagram.
At Roshni Hair and Makeup Artists. With the artist on the end, yes? Okay.
And the same for Facebook.
Same
Roshni,
for Facebook.
Yeah, Roshni Hair and Makeup
So
Artist.
is it easy for them to just spin out and touch base with you and send you
You
an
can
SMS?
get a hold of, even on my mobile, so the company mobile, which is accessible by the team, 07932 611 367.
07932 611
367.
367. So not bad. So if anybody would like to get in touch and would like the cocooning support that the Roshni School actually delivers for everybody's change in their world, you've heard it live on air, and that was not planned, by the way, because we would know, and you can tell straight away when somebody comes out from their heart. So well done to you. So the future. Where are we going? Because you've very clearly touched lives. You've very clearly empowered others to believe in themselves, to be as positive strength that they should be within their own life. And you obviously instill confidence in individuals who have a slight challenge with their own self-confidence. You truly are a humbling individual. You've come over here, you share, you love openly. It's very clear. Now, where's the school going? Because I know Maggie and yourself, you're both very close and you're walking toward a vision. So a little dickbirds told me once again that you have a jewellery brand as well. Could you please tell us a little bit about that?
We weren't stressed out enough with Roshni Hair and Makeup.
Yeah,
as you do. Add that to the... we have a jewellery business, a sister company called Roots Jewellery. That has given us such a diverse clientele, from some amazing brides to celebrities that we've worked with. And then your everyday Pret range.
We have beg your pardon there. Sorry, I'm going to talk about that in a second. But guess what? You're so popular. You got another call. We're going to take this one. Yeah. So what's her name, please? Her name, please, if you don't mind. Okay, so hello, good evening. You're on the call again. So welcome to the Empower Hour show. Who am I speaking to today?
This is Ida. Ida Bari.
Oh, wow.
EINNA.
I can see you. You've just added something on Facebook Live as well. Thank you very much. So we're running short on some time. So please, fire away with a question or say what you'd like to say about Roshni.
She's going to make me cry.
I just wanted to say I'm so proud of her. She's an amazing person. I'm so in love with Rosh.
Oh, bless you.
She's just perfect in every way. I wanted to ask her, how do you juggle family and work-life balance? I'm a mum myself. And sometimes I find it so difficult to juggle work alongside kids. I just wanted to ask how she does this amazing work, and so much of it with having family and children herself, which is truly inspirational.
Well done, Ida, because obviously this is a question I was going to ask myself, but I'm afraid she beat me to it. So go for it. Well done.
Yay!
Ela, the first thing I would say to you is I love you to the moon and back, girl.
Oh,
secondly, invest in a hot pot. That's the first thing you need to do. It's just, you know what it is. I am so grateful for those of you guys who've met my little girl, Dia, and my little boy, Rayan. You know what they're like. I've been doing hair and makeup since they were 3 months old.
Wow.
So they know no different. And, they know my clients. They know to ask them for tea and coffee when they walk in.
Oh, bless.
Ila, what I would say to you, honestly, is you are so amazing at what you do. Embrace it and use all of this. You know what I think about your inner soul. Like, you have so much to offer. You can spend time in a room with Ila and just be in awe of her.
We've got more calls, by the way, so we've only got 2 minutes left. Ila, is it okay if we move to the next call? That is so wonderful. One last word you want to say to Roshni?
I just love her so much. She's an amazing person. If only we can have more people like her, but we don't want
Bless
her,
you.
because we just want her. She's amazing.
There you are. Well, you've got her. I do apologise for cutting you, but I'm afraid we've got literally 1 minute left. Well done. Thank you for calling in. And welcome to the second speaker. Who have we got online today? It's Maggie.
I can't hear her.
Can you hear Maggie?
Hi, it's Maggie, yes.
Maggie, how are you?
I'm good.
Welcome to the Empower Show. So we've got about 30 seconds to a minute left. Please, the air's yours. Please turn the radio down, by the way, yes.
Oh, 1 second. Sorry.
So she's all yours.
Hello.
Go for it. Go for it, Maggie.
Hi, Rosh. Just to let you know, for someone who's so nervous about talking about herself, because you've always gone on and said it's about the company. And honestly, we all love you. Thank you for all the positive vibes that you send to everybody.
Oh, look at that. Look at it. She's all welled up again. But I'm afraid, Maggie, this is wonderful to hear. And apologies, good night again, but we're running short on time. So I'm going to say bye-bye to yourself, Mag. So see you soon.
Love you.
Thank you very much for everybody for getting involved. I mean, I can't believe they've all contributed, but this is the beauty that we're trying to create here, Roshni, and you have done it. The reality of life, I'm speaking fast because we're running short on time. The reality of life is that the people who are the nearest and dearest and closest to you have been compelled to come and say their few words of warmth, love towards yourself. So if anybody here is listening tonight on the Empower Hour with our amazing guest called Roshni Ladva, who is the founder, and by the way, we've got more calls, but I can't take any more calls, so I do apologize, everybody. The founder of the Roshni School and the Hair and Makeup School, please connect and contact. Good night. It's the Empower Hour.
Thank you.
Stay tuned to Salam Radio after this short ad break.